First chat of the night. Now to share it with all these other pages. We'll start here on time at 8 o'clock. Yes, we will. Let's see. I'll share it to Chiller Chats. Posted. We'll share it to Jack Shadow's page. And we'll get it to Harrisville Haunted House. Heck yeah. Can't go to a haunted house, might as well be watching chiller stuff. And what else are we doing? Share to a page. What other page? And we will share it to my page. Alright. Hopefully we're on YouTube just fine. Alright, look at that. It's just now 8 o'clock. So we're doing pretty good. Okay, good enough. Let's start the show. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night Live pre-show. It is Saturday, January 23rd, 2021. And yes, I am back. I had to take off last week. I am recovering. Every day is a little better. So last week just couldn't do it. I debated about tonight, so we'll see if I can go the whole hour. I think I can. Amanda says, hi. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. John says, hello from the prison of New Jersey. Hey, John. And then John Soto, he says, oh my God, he's back. I am. Bonehead says, hello, Brian. Hope you're feeling better. Yes, you're on YouTube. Yes, I am. I am, my water bottle here. I'm doing better. I'm doing a lot better than I was last week. I'm getting better as the days go by. I've still got cough drops in right now. John says, it's 8 p.m. and now he is back. He's tan or beige. I guess that means I got some color to me. That's good. He's rested. It's time for Chiller Night chat per show, pre-show with Brian Hogue. Yes, I am back, and as duly noted, I have some color to me. So, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing, sure. But yes, I was, David says, good evening. Champagne is popped and poured. Cheers. Hey, thank you, David, for joining us, you and Diana. Brad says, it's a Chiller Night pre-show with the one and only Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogue. And now, without further ado, here's Brian. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that. Carrie writes, Michael Hughes, grab the popcorn. It's Sophie's night. All right, yes, grab that popcorn indeed. Because we've got some good chillers coming up. Let me throw up this schedule. Throw up. I don't want to hear any more of that, but let me put up the schedule. All right. 9 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Carnival of Souls. That's right. That's right. Because 2 weeks ago, this was requested by one of our viewers. I think Jason Bates, if he's out there. Jason, if you're out there, I listened. And then at 11, Chiller Chat. My guest is Tops. That's Tops Paranormal. And 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is City of the Dead. 1:30, my guest on Chiller Chat is Michael Smith. That is from earlier this month, the live one that we did. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Michael sent me the DVD of his House of the Vampire. So I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I've just been I've been as noted earlier last week. I've just been under the weather and just really haven't got a chance to really sit down and focus on a full movie. So, but thank you, Michael, if you're watching. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And Cassandra says, hi, everybody. Hey. John says, hello, Bonehead. All right, some salutations are being exchanged. John says, hi to Glam Fangs. Glam, thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure. I just can't see you. Russ says, hi. Hi. He says, hi. All right. All right, thanks, Russ. All right, Cassandra says, I love Carnival of Souls. And that's a good one, isn't it? It's a very, very enjoyable movie. John says, love City of the Dead. Another great one. Bonehead, hello, our sweetheart of Scream, the gloriously ghoulish Miss Glam Fangs. That's quite an intro. And let's see, Brad says, how did those websites with all those public domain horror movies? Oh, I went to some of those. Yeah, I'll probably coordinate them with a few websites and with YouTube. I think that's kind of a safe route for now because there's no you can go to the web, you can go to a current or what you think to be a current list and it might not be. So always good to kind of check for a couple sources. Al says, hi, everyone. Hey, Al, thanks for joining us. The Angry Pennsylvanian. The Angry Pennsylvanian. Brian, sorry I'm late, everyone. All right, thanks for joining us. Better late than never, he says. Yes, that is true. Bonehead says, hello to all of the Chiller Night crew. John says, missed you last weekend, and that means you missed the birthday shout-out to Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor from Doctor Who fame. And Carolyn Monroe, who started in Dracula AD 1972, Captain Kronos. Wow, there's a long list of movies with her, huh? Captain Kronos, Vampire Hunter, and my favorite, The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Definitely. I think I did see you post that last week, or somebody posted that about Carolyn Monroe. John says, also known as Horror Hotel. Yeah, City of the Dead. Yep, absolutely. And Bone says, Glam pays me $25 for that intro. All right. Well, money worth spent. Well worth spent. Deborah says, hi, Chiller Thrillers. Hey, thanks for joining us, Deborah. The Angry Pennsylvania. I was a little worried about you last week, Brian. Everything okay over there? It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm not back up on top of that hill just yet, but I had COVID and pneumonia in both lungs, and just fighting that all week. And you know, Ava had it prior to that, and she was bad for a few days, and then I just got kicked. I got kicked pretty hard with it. I was hoping I was going to be one of those asymptomatic, or you hear about a lot of people getting it, and it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad, And at first I thought, oh, okay, well, if this is it, then it's not horrible. And then by the time, well, I speculated I had it at that point, but by the time I actually went in to get tested, it was full blown. It was hitting me. It was just beating me down. And at that point, I had pneumonia in both my lungs, and it's been a rough week, but I'm getting over it. Like I said, I think I can go the whole hour. I think I can go the whole hour this week. You just gotta get back up there on the chair in front of the camera and on with the show. But that takes a lot for me to miss something due to an illness, because but this was nothing to play around with at all. When it comes to the pneumonia. Um, let's see. Bonehead says, just kidding, Miss Glam Fangs. I don't want you to be mad. Don't want to get on your dark side. Brad says, there's some horror movie content that should go on 11:30 p.m. midnightish block hours that are not appropriate for some viewers. Just letting you know, Brad. I appreciate that, but I always I edit out anything that I would say at least at a level above PG. I edit that stuff out. Now blood, I've even done some of that in the past. To be quite honest, if it's like the point's already there, we already got the point. you know, this is carrying on a little bit too long. I might chop that out. I absolutely, when it comes to nudity and stuff, there's 1,000 other places to get that stuff. You don't need it on my show. I don't like it because I want you to be able to watch it as a family, and that's just, I was raised that way, so that's what you're getting. So hope you enjoy it. Keith says, glad you recovered. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'll switch down. Russ says, glad you're doing better. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anger, Pennsylvania, and glad to hear you're back on your feet, Brian. Thank you. Brad says, erotic horror movies would be at midnightish. Well, yeah, maybe on some, even on my show, it just, I don't do that. And David says, eat lots of garlic. I do enjoy garlic with my food and stuff, cooking with it and making teas with it. However, one of the things that I found curious with me is like sometimes people lose their sense of smell and taste. Now, I did not. I didn't even get a fever. Which I found was very odd. I was freezing. I was freezing the whole time. But so in smelling any type of garlic, I felt like I had vampire syndrome. Because like if Bradley or somebody was cooking with garlic, it would make me extremely nauseous, very, very sick. I couldn't stand the smell, and that's typically not real common with me because I do enjoy that. But I was very sensitive, very overly sensitive to it over the last week. So Brad says, but you do a very fantastic job with the movies, Brian. Oh, I appreciate that. I do go through just to make sure. Like I said, I like keep it on at least a PG level. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Disney or Nickelodeon on a kid's level. I'm not. I'm not shooting for that. But at the same time, I like to. Let's keep it PG. That's fun. We'll keep it at that. Now, the Thursday night movies, which I'm going to get into any second here, and Dale, thank you for your patience. Those can be anything because those are the Thursday night. There's the watch parties. Those are the movies that, of course, Facebook has a license agreement with, and I don't put any. There's Dale or myself. Well, he runs it, but there's no limits on that because that you're watching the actual movie that. I guess the theatrical release. So let me get back to the comments. And Dale, are you with us? A couple things about Dale tonight. The first will be the movie we'll announce for the every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. Dale says hi. Hi, Dale. All right. He's all set. So whenever you're ready, we'll be announcing the movie here real quick. But on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, watch party on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. So Dale, whenever you are ready, I will start with the drum roll. It is now commencing. Well, it will be. There we go. Or as Raymond likes to say, the firing squad sound, you know. Looks like everyone's being lined up. So, Dale, at your discretion. The Langoliers. There we go. Stephen King's 1995, The Langoliers. So, that will be the movie for the, that's what, you know, Dale was saying, oh, this is going to be like a 3-hour movie. I think that's the 3-hour movie, right? That's a long one. Correct me. Was that like some of the other Stephen King specials, like It and Salem's Lot? Like they were on like for a couple nights in a row, or maybe this was a 3-hour special that aired on one night. That I don't know. Regardless, it doesn't change the fact that this coming Thursday on the 28th. Thursday, January 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Dale Balzer will be playing The Langoliers. So I hope you get a chance to join us if you're not a member of the Chiller Night Facebook group page. Request to become a member, we'll let you in. I'm a little tongue-tied tonight because I haven't talked a lot for probably a good 10 days. At least a good 10 days. I'm not used to talking. So I'm tripping over my words. Plus I got a cough drop in. So I've got all these vernacular obstacles here, verbal obstacles. Angry Pennsylvanian says, sorry to hear that, Ava. I hope you're doing well now. I don't know that she's watching tonight, but I'll let her know that, and I appreciate that. She's fully like 100%. Like she's doing well. She was bad for several nights. She had it really bad. And now I'm thinking, wow, dodged that bullet. And no, he's like, we're not done with you. So, but no, she's just fine. Everyone's fine. And I'm getting fine. Let's see. I'm over my quarantine as of today, so, you know, hey, progress. Angry Pennsylvanian, a raise for everyone, Glam. Brian says, hello, all. Glad you recovered, Brian. Thank you. Let's see. And one thing I wanted to mention about Dale, who, again, you know, runs the... He does this every Thursday night, and I appreciate him doing that so much. Just because he loves horror movies, and he, you know, appreciates what we're doing here with the show, the pre-show, the chiller shows. You know, that's fantastic, and I appreciate that. And so I've asked Dale to be. Dale's going to be a guest on Chiller Chat. I thought, you know, it'd be kind of neat to have Dale on the show. Let's talk to Dale. Let's talk to some of you viewers. I find like that would be a really interesting way to go with Chiller Chats too. I don't necessarily have to have a celebrity or an author or you know, an independent filmmaker on. You know, those I very much enjoy, and I want more of those. But I think it'd be neat too to have our viewers. Who's watching us? Who's supporting us? You know, who are you? Who are you people? You know, you know, get you on here every once in a while. But with Dale, being that he actually, you know, he runs the watch party every Thursday, I ought to be cool. You know, hey, you know, what inspires you to pick the movies that you're picking? You know, I know he's been on an '80s run. Of course, this coming Thursday will be a lot more current. So, but with that one, okay, now this Chiller Chat will be coming up Tuesday. This coming Tuesday on the, what is that, the 26th. Okay, Tuesday the 26th, everything 8 p.m. We just keep it simple, so if you're wondering, what time was that? You know, all the times are kind of across the board with the pre-show, Chiller Chat, the watch party. So 8 p.m. this coming Tuesday, live Chiller Chat, and my guest will be our very own Dale Balzer, who runs the watch parties every Thursday night. So if you have any questions for Dale, jump on on Tuesday night, jump on board the chat and ask away, comment away. If you like what he's doing, let him know that. So let's see. So Dale, thank you for agreeing to be a guest, and I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun talking to you there Tuesday night. So hope all of you get a chance to tune on in and join us. And then that, of course, will be that following Saturday's feature Chiller Chat on Stream TV at 11 o'clock. What time will that be? That will be the 30th. So next Saturday night. All right. You heard it here first. All right. Thanks again, Dale. I do appreciate that. Brad says Little Shop of Horrors 1960 is public domain. Yeah. Remake version is not. Right. Yep. And then Ava. Ava is on here. All right. She says, thanks, Angry Pennsylvanian. Yeah, I'm finally out. Just need my taste and smell back. Hi, everyone. Just now came in. Oh, there's my baby. Clayton Boudin says Ava is on YouTube. Awesome. All right. Well, Clayton, thank you for joining us as well. And Ava says, hi, Glam. Brian must not be able to see me. I do now. I wasn't looking over when you were writing. Angry Pennsylvania says, Brian, on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you feel right now? How do I feel right now? I'd say I'm probably at a 2. I feel much better. It's only, I might not sound that great because I've been coughing so much all week long. And I don't think I still have pneumonia. And I don't still have COVID because they gave me that a certain amount of time. And now, as of today, I'm off quarantine. So obviously that wouldn't be a safe thing to do. So I think the COVID has run its course. The pneumonia has, I believe, run its course. And because the doctor said it's going to get better. Or, I'm sorry, he did not say that. He said it's going to get worse. And it got worse. It got worse, believe me. And I've been off work this whole week, and he said the cough's the last thing to go. So I'm not over that quite yet. So that's why I'm sounding all stuffed up and everything. Just all raw. Other than that, though, I am doing better. I'm on the mend. Let's see. Cassandra says, yay, Dale, can't wait. Ava said, thanks, I deactivated my Facebook account. Well, I think it's cool that you're on YouTube. Bonehead says, dear Ava, hope you're doing better. We need you, and you're just as important as Brian Jack Shadow too. LOL. Absolutely. Heck yeah, I second that. Dale says, looking forward. And we trail off. Probably to, I'm sure, Tuesday. Bonehead says, hey, Brian, your wife is a guest on here tonight. I need to get her on here again. Do more of these episodes with her. All right, so let me jump down here a little bit. Evan says, hello from Florida. Hey, Evan, thanks for joining us. Been a while since I've actually been on the same clock. Enjoy the shows. Ah, great. Well, I appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you. All right. Evan says, thanks, Glam. Brad says you should play that movie, Brian, when you have the time. I could put that one on the list, that's for sure. Bonehead says, Miss Hogue, you fit in wherever you want. We're Cal. All glad to have you here. I'm sure that's what. So I appreciate that. I know Ava does. David says, second glass to tasty champagne. Cheers. All right. You're not fooling around tonight. Putting it down. All right. So Evan says, I was wondering how Penn State is doing with the lockdown. I heard it was pretty bad there. Yeah, I'm not sure how things are going there with Penn State. Don't know. Hopefully not too bad, but I don't know. All right. So there's more salutations being exchanged there. I appreciate everybody welcoming in our viewers. I appreciate that. Ava says, I appreciate that. I just don't know that much about old movies. Anger, Pennsylvania. Is Gross Fest on this year, Brian? As far as I know, I don't know. Tim, Tom, Terrence, or any of you folks out there watching? I hope so. John says you could show the magic serpent. It's public domain. I could, if it's public domain. The best thing I could do is advise you, unless I've already played it. I could check the list here, but message me if you have any requests. Please feel free at any time to message me with that. And the only reason I say that, if it's on here, I'll forget it. I'll forget it. So not intentionally, but I won't remember. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, Brian, I misspelled all and it came out cow. I'm a bonehead after all. Evan says, yeah, I meant the Commonwealth, as in the entire state. Florida has been pretty good. I know Florida. Yeah, I'm sure Florida has been. I have a brother who lives there, yeah. Yeah, the state, yeah. It could be better. It could be better. We'll see. I hope some of the restrictions lift soon. Brad says, I just had a Tombstone pizza and I'm having Butterfinger ice cream float. That sounds good. That's just a perfect Saturday night menu right there for these chiller movies. So look at it, 8:25. Excuse me. I'll just put in another cough drop. Okay, so there's some stuff going on there. All right. Exchanges back and forth with you guys. You know, we were doing something a bit ago, and I'm just going to throw this out there. We don't have to stay on this topic, but last week, or not last week, I wasn't here, but the week before that, and then the week before that, we were just like, and it started with a request about like Christmas toys, and then that kind of led us into nostalgic stuff from our childhood, stuff like that. But I'm gonna throw this up here. This is kind of an image. I've put this up here before of some of the things that you know were my inspiration growing up. A lot you can see right there. I'm a big sci-fi nerd. Star Trek and Star Wars and superheroes, Superman and Spider-Man and the Lone Ranger. And, westerns, John Wayne and Clint Eastwood. I think I have Clint on there. Martial arts, Bruce Lee, and all that. Of course, professional wrestling, and the man that needs no introduction there in the upper right is Chilly Billy Cardell with Chiller Theater. But those are some of the things that the Night Stalker, the paranormal and the Aurora monster models, and of course I had the Ben Cooper Halloween costumes. If you're in my age bracket, you grew up with the little mask with the rubber bands and the little slit in there. I guess that was that gives you an adequate enough air to stay upright. Has all the condensations like running through your mask. But I just thought that was kind of I was sort of. There was another thing. One of the other viewers, I think Jason Bates, that was who picked tonight's movie, was talking about the Shogun Warriors. Remember those? That was the one that I had when I was a kid. One of them that I had. I remember getting this on one of my Christmases. Dragoon or Dragon, whatever his name is. But he had you see that star launcher, that shuriken launcher down there? I was little enough to where I could actually fit that on my wrist, and I ran around the house, actually like shooting those little stars around. So, but I don't know. I saw some of that stuff. I saw the Universal action figures. I was a kid, I just loved these things. It was like the best things ever, ever. What was another one from the Mighty Men and Monster Maker? I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember this, or even if you are old enough, you remember this. This was like one of my favorite toys I got for one of my Christmases. It was just so stupid. I mean, because I started off showing you my love for superheroes and science fiction and monsters. So to me, this was something right up my alley. I've got some more there too, but let me get to some of these comments here. Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm skipping some of these, but of all the amazing Spider-Man issues, the amazing, the angry Pennsylvanian, um, I do not have that one, Brian, and I am a huge Spider-Man fan. Oh yeah, that was a classic one from back in the '70s. Arch Nemesis, the Green Goblin, Shogun Warriors, yes. Grandizer, Michael says. Grandizer. I'm not sure which one that was. Um, the one I had was Dragoon, the red guy. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I thought, I don't think it's Dragon. I think it's Dragoon. It sounded cool. Um, Brad says, I see Coney Lake Park is up for sale auction. And the one that you and your family went to in October in 2018. I did see that. Yeah. Boy, if I just had the money to buy that. So, that'd be kind of cool, huh? To own a park. That'd be neat. Evan says, wow, crazy vintage. I have some more too. These are like, we were talking about this stuff, and I found this to be, that was kind of fun. Like where I was talking about the old Flash Gordon play sets that I had back in the 70s. And here's another one I had. I was a big Lone Ranger fan. There's Lone Ranger and Tano, but like the original. Look at that. That's from like the very early '70s. These aren't mine. These are I just pulled these pictures off of the internet. That reminds me of that's not a rip off at all. The Masked Ranger. That's funny. That's so funny. Looking up because I used to love these old Western and horror and Western comic books. Another one with the Masked Ranger. He likes to punch people, I've noticed. There's the other one. Yeah, just punching people. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. Micronauts. Remember Micronauts? There's a random one. And then here's one that I couldn't remember the guy's name, but I looked around online today until I found it. Zorak. His name was Zorak. And his face spun around. Yes, yes. On one side, it was a normal, regular, everyday fella. And then I forget how you got it to spin, but it turned out to be a green Hulk looking face. Yep. I don't know. I had fun even looking for that stuff online. I thought that was fun. Let's see. Angry Pennsylvanian. Sorry, peeps. I geek out when I revisit my childhood. Me too. David says, when I was a kid in the 60s, it was all about Lost in Space toys. Yeah, yeah. I remember watching that. Craig Weiss says hi. Hey, Craig. Thanks for joining us. Craig, you would probably recognize some of that stuff. We're the same age. We graduated together, but went to school together, and we're definitely in that same age bracket. Russ says, Mego. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they had all kinds of those figures. Brad says, besides, we love Harrisville Haunted House, aka Chillerfest. Yeah, definitely. John says, I like the commercials for games like Hangman that Vincent Price did. Oh, yeah, they have the best commercials. When I started doing Sleepy Hollow Theater, when I first started out, I had a lot of stuff that I was doing. I was putting old vintage commercials, in the show in between the breaks and stuff. I had live, not live bands. I had bands that would come in and either record for us or send us their video. It's just like on Saturday Night Live, we'd have a band featured in one of the episodes. We had chiller chats that were done in segments between the breaks of the movie. We had old vintage commercials. It was just it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I had more help back then, but you know, I don't know. It was just you know, maybe I could add stuff like that again, but we'll see. Um, Evan says reminds me of those Robot Chicken episodes. What those characters, those action figures? I know they use stuff like that a lot. Yeah, Anger, Pennsylvania. Zorak, not to be confused with the Space Ghost version. Yeah. And then Evan says, right about the Zorak. Yeah. Right, right. You know, the guy couldn't even, you know, bother to put a shirt on. He couldn't be bothered with that because it's one of those big Jim toy lines, you know. But he had a cape and a hood. So what was his story? I remember the little comic or something like that with it. But you know, what do you do? What do you do? Are you a supervillain? Are you a full-fledged supervillain? Or are you just an angry guy with a green face that walks around with like, I've got no shirt, but I've got a cape and a hood. I don't I don't know the backstory to this guy, but man, when I was a kid, that was just the coolest thing ever. uh, Anger, Pennsylvania, you still with us, Glam? Glam? Are you? Uh, Jason says, sorry I'm late to the show. I'm glad to see you amongst the living, Brian. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Jason, I've actually mentioned you a few times because tonight's movie, let me throw the schedule up, because, wasn't it you? I think you I mentioned Carnival of Souls. That's going to be the movie tonight, Carnival of Souls. So, and that's coming on at 9. We'll put the schedule back up again, but I wanted to show you the 9 o'clock one was going to be Carnival of Souls. So there you have it. Oh, and also, I think you had brought up the Shogun Warriors. So tonight, I was going down a little trip down memory lane, and that was the one that I had. That's not a picture of my actual toy that I had, but that's just, all these are just offline. But that's the one that I had. So. Yeah, that was they couldn't move worth nothing, you know. I think the head, you know, and the arms, and that's it. Like their bodies were not movable at all. But they, you know, just to have one of those things was the coolest thing ever. Um, Evan said band and breaks. Great, bring them back. I wish I could. The only thing now, the advantage I had back then was there was more of a crew. There was more people involved. I was running the whole thing. I was like, okay, let's do this, this, and this, and there was people helping me out. And now it's you know me. Unless we go to the studio, then of course you know I've got the station manager who shows up and he's taping. He does the you know the taping and the sound, and then I get that content and do all the editing and send it back. But it's just you know with just me doing it to coordinate everything and you know on top of everything I'm doing now or trying to do. I just can't. I would love to do that though. I think that would be fun to once again have the type of show that it started. Now the quality of the show is much better now. You know, I love what I see and hear. The sound and the visual quality is much better, but just that idea of jumping in there, not even knowing what I was doing, but it's like, well, this sounds cool. Let's do this, and you know, that was a lot of fun. You know, the bands. I do like that idea. I do like that idea. You know what I'd like? I think it'd be kind of neat if I had. I suppose independent bands could send me as long as nothing was copyrighted or if they're giving me agreement to play, you know, then I would do that again. as long as I could just not get buried under obligations, I would do it. I do like that idea. I'm glad that you do as well, because I did think that was a neat idea, especially if it had a little bit more of a, I don't know, with the right setting and lights and stuff, maybe a little. Um, we had Night of the Living Dead. The one version of Night of the Living Dead we have, is that on tonight? Or are we done with that? Nope, we're done. We've that's already run its course. That had a band on it, just from the last couple of weeks we played. So let's see. Let's see here. David says also Dark Shadows toys, games, and music boxes, and Barnabas Halloween costumes with plastic masks. Jason says Carnival of Souls tonight. You bet. David says tasty champagne flowing from the bottle. All right. I'm jealous. I haven't touched a drop of anything other than, I can't mix it with medicine, nor do I want to, but I mean, I haven't had a drop of anything for a couple of weeks now. Soon put a stop to that as soon as I can. Cassandra said, I had the Barnabas Collins Dark Shadows board game. It came with plastic vampire fangs. Okay. Jason says, most heroes wore their underwear on the outside of their costumes. I know, what? Who? I guess Superman started that, The old, yeah, look at that. Look at Superman. You see him there on the left, but I mean, what was the idea? I know that the whole concept of, when they first came up with Superman, the Uberman, it was, what the heck is this guy gonna wear, and wanted to keep his identity different, and the kind of a carnival, strongman look, and threw a little cape on him and stuff. But it was kind of the carnival strongman look, even with the type of boots he had on. So I guess that's where that idea came from. Let's see. Brad says, "Are you planning on the big NFL football games tomorrow?" No, I can't say that I am, Brad. No, not back to the NFL yet. But hopefully, if you're watching it, I hope you have a great time and hope you enjoy it. Not for me, not been for me for the last several years. Brad says, "I'm rooting for the Packers and the Bills." Cool. Jason said, I had a Shogun Warrior that was yellow and shot an axe and bullets. Awesome toy. The only one that I can think of is, and I saved the picture. I tried, I couldn't find it. There was one called Gaiaking or something like that, and he looked like he had a like face on his chest piece. Where is that? I'm going to try to pull it up. No, you know what? I'm not going to, because the last time I was doing this, when it was live, it kicked me off, so I won't do that. But I know who you're talking about. But let's see, and that says, no, it's not really horror, but I love Godzilla. You bring Godzilla up anytime you want to, Annette, because it's still chiller. There's enough of the horror and science fiction. Godzilla is right there, and still do so much. My parents got me a Godzilla board game for Christmas when I was about 6 years old. Speaking of Godzilla, yeah, and if I could play Godzilla movies, like, believe me, that would be like, I'd be playing them at least once a month. I love those growing up. I love them. But speaking of Jason, you mentioned the Shogun Warriors. Remember that the Godzilla? They actually had the rights, and they made a Godzilla Shogun Warrior, the same size as the Shogun Warriors, with a, I don't know where they got this, but it had a fist that's like a rocket fist, and it could launch across the room. Yeah, because he did that all the time. But anyways, Marvel Comics had the rights to do the Shogun Warrior comic book, and then they also did the Godzilla King of Monsters comic book as well. And they would do the crossovers. And then Marvel Comics did the GI Joe. They did Micronauts. Again, all these toys that I was showing earlier. Um, Marvel Comics would acquire the rights to those, and that was their way of pushing those toys as well as their cartoons. Keith says Batman beats Superman. Yeah, yeah, he used some kryptonite, I think, in the Dark Knight. I guess that's pretty much the only way you can take him out. So, Evan says, can't really dig those spandex. Yeah, they've updated those quite a bit in the modern movies. Make it more of a, I don't even know. I don't know what it was. Like a armor fabric, I don't know, is it Kevlar entwined into the arm or fabric? I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty cool. Jason says, that's right, my toy did have a face on his chest. Yeah! Yep, that was Gaiaking. I think I'm saying his name right. And he had kind of these things that stuck up out of his head, like the horns, I think. Cassandra says, also had a board game called The Mummy. Ooh, the sarcophagus said stuff like, Hell's bells, you receive the spell. Oh! So, I like it. Let's see. Jason says, Godzilla kicks butt. Godzilla versus Kong is coming out. Godzilla probably won't be shooting fist in that one. Right, right. And he had a tongue, too, that could, like, that looked like a flame, but in the shape of a tongue. And I had like a little lever back there. You could like as if he's shooting, spitting the fire. Yeah, I'm curious about that. The Godzilla versus Kong or whatever they're calling it now. I find it funny because of course back in 1962 they came out with the King Kong versus Godzilla, and they actually had, from my understanding, I only saw the one version on Chiller Theater, and I own a copy of it, but in that version, King Kong wins. But I think in the Japanese version, I mean, it was a Japanese made production, but I think there's a version too where Godzilla wins. That's what I've heard. Don't know if that's true, but that makes sense. Godzilla is, look, I love King Kong, but there's no way King Kong would be able on his best day to go up against Godzilla. It just couldn't happen. Um, so I guess if you were Japanese and you loved Godzilla, and then you see King Kong. Now, if they were equal size, that's different. But I'm talking about if they were the actual movie size. Kong would be like what 30 feet tall compared to this thing that's like hundreds of feet tall, and come on, come on. Let's see. David said, "Watch out for that saucer coming low at your head." I know, it almost gets me every time. Evan says, "Anyone remember Voltron?" Do I? Heck yeah, I do. Voltron, yeah. Jason says, "Oh my god, I had Micronauts, two awesome toys." I know. I was just trying to think of like, what else can I throw up there today? Some of the stuff has nothing to do with Chiller, like like my Lone Ranger and Tonto. But I just, again, the old trip down memory lane is like, I'm throwing like Zorak. He's kind of monstrous, I guess, more of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of thing. But let's see. Bonehead says, right on, Miss Glam. I love the movies and all of the big bug movies from the 50s. Yeah, I know, those are great. Those are fun to watch. Bonehead says, Gaiaking sounds like a funky way to throw up. Yeah. True, true. John says, have you seen the new Meg Zinger animated movie. It's awesome. No, I have not. No, I can't say that I have. Oh my gosh, 8:48. Um, Cassandra says, can't wait for King Kong versus Godzilla. I know. That does look good. And then, Angry Pennsylvanian, Voltron! Let's see. Going down. Sorry if I'm missing any comments. I'm just trying to catch up. Russ says, actually, that's not true. The ending was the same, but the American release was edited differently. Oh, is that right? So you're telling me that the Japanese viewers saw Kong or Godzilla losing to Kong, or did they? Or editing can make the difference. Did they make it look like it was more of a draw? I'll wait for you to reply on that one. I've read about it. I've just never followed up on it. But that's interesting. Because I know when I was watching it, like when I was a kid, I wanted Kong to win. You know, so like I was happy with that. But I could see too, simple editing, having Godzilla walk away and Kong walk away. So maybe that's what they did. Then Bonehead, no, Brian, there's only one ending for Godzilla vs. King Kong. I checked it out with the Toho Godzilla movie compendium. Okay, but see if when you get a chance, see if you know, Russ said that they edited, like through the editing they had a variation. So I'm wondering if that's what they did, like kind of made it look like it was a draw. So we'll see if somebody has an answer there. I don't know. I don't know. Well, there's that UFO. Evan says, no, I haven't. Thanks for the heads up. Will do. I missed something there. And then John says, fun fact. Did you know that the narrator for Voltron is also the voice actor for Transformers Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen? I know. No, I did not know that. That's interesting, though. And he was the same, wasn't he the same voice actor who did it for the movies, for the motion pictures? I think so. I wasn't really into those movies, but I think I remember hearing that. Someone knows, please share. The Angry Pennsylvanian. Speaking of Shogun Warriors, let's not forget about Tranzor Z. Forget about him? I never knew about him. Who's Tranzor Z? Was that another? Was that kind of like like the Masked Ranger instead of the Lone Ranger? Was kind of a rip off or spin off of them? Those ones I don't know about. Let's see. Russ says was a draw both versions. I don't know. I thought to me and when I was watching it, it looked to me like Kong had the better ending on that one. I think Kong won that one. Jason said, I would like to see Kong versus Iga. Kong versus Iga. Russ says other scenes in the movie were moved around. Okay. So they did not re-edit the ending of the movie? I don't know. I have to look into that then, because I've read, I thought I read where they did, but I don't know this stuff. I do the horror hosting. I'm not a movie historian. However, I do recall little things that I've read from here and there, but I could be remembering them wrong. Some of the stuff I'm trying to remember is like 40 years into my memory. John says it was a draw in the original Japanese version. Kong swims away and you hear Godzilla roar at the end. So you hear Godzilla roar at the end. That's kind of lame. You know, I would like to, yeah, I'd like a clear-cut winner. Maybe they just couldn't. Maybe there was nothing they could do. Here's something they could have done. Do it the way that I just said a little bit ago. You have two versions. You know, for the Americans, King Kong, if that's what you want. And for the Japanese viewers, Godzilla clearly wins. Their problem solved. I thought that's a good idea. Adam says, "Good morning, people." Good morning, Adam, wherever you are, where it's morning. Look at this. We have 7 minutes left. Bonehead says, "No, the ending was ambiguous. Kong swims away. Godzilla is underwater, so you can choose which one you. So choose your own winner." Yeah. Well, I sure hope that they don't go that way with the movie coming out now. I want a winner. I don't want one of these lame endings. If you're gonna pit the two together, I mean, have it planned out to where there's a clear winner. Which I still remember. I remember Kong having the better of that bout back in the '60s. That's the way I remember it, anyways. Maybe I just wanted him to win. Maybe you say choose your own winner. Maybe that's what I did. Anger, Pennsylvania. Speaking of UFOs, I highly recommend the song UFOs by the band Amplifier. Okay? UFOs by the band Amplifier. David said, "You made it through the hour. Cheers." I did. Look at that. It's 8:54. We'll go for another 2 minutes or so, and we'll put a cap on it for the night. But yeah, this is the most I've talked. And let's see, now I thought about it. And at least about the last 10 days. So thanks for joining me tonight, and thanks for joining each other. The Angry Pennsylvania says Transer Z is the Americanized name for Mazinger Z. Okay. Mazinga? Mazinga, is that? Or I don't know what Mazinger Z is, but I know the one Shogun Warrior was Mazinga. I know that like I'm authority on it. I don't. Again, this is stuff from my childhood. I'm trying to remember. So let's see. Russ says the ending was the same in both versions. Okay, you're holding tight to that. That's fine. It may well be. Like I said, I'm remembering it. I remember King Kong winning, but like I said, if they did it in a way that where you could kind of choose, then that's probably what I did. Because I remember like, like I remember Kong winning, but like I said, if it was done in a way that where you could kind of go with either way, then that's probably what 8-year-old Brian did. So Cassandra says, since Marvel Comics is doing an Ultraman comics book, I am hoping for an Ultraman movie from them. Well, that would be cool. I was, Netflix did a thing on Ultraman about a year or two ago. It came out. I was very excited about it because it was supposed to be the original crew, like Hayata and the Beta Capsule and all this, and they were passing this on to a new generation. And it just, I was excited about that. I started watching. It was like, oh, this is great. And then the interest in it just trailed off because it was Ultraman didn't look like Ultraman, and I know there have been different variations over the years, but it just wasn't what I was hoping it was going to be. By golly! So John says this has been Chiller Night Theater Chiller Chat with Brian Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand. Remember, don't let Mick Jones near your favorite pudding. He nicked mine. All right, well don't let that happen, folks. Don't let that happen. Stay chilled, keep thrilled. Okay, I want to just remind you this coming Tuesday, and then we'll put a cap on it for tonight. But this coming Tuesday, it's going to be Tuesday, January 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, just like this. Okay, if you're wondering how, YouTube, Facebook channel here in Chiller Night Theater. We will be having a live Chiller Chat. My guest will be Dale Balter. He is the one who weekly brings you the watch parties on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining me and each other tonight. It's good to be back. So have a good night. Have a good Chiller night. And we'll see you next week.